Welcome to the Squad Games Podcast. Squad Games Podcast.
Giacomo, do you like Ren fairs?
You know, I went to them a few times and I thought they were fun the first few times. I bought a couple souvenirs and it was cool, but I don't know. I'd probably go to another one, but I'm not going out of my way to go to another one anytime soon, you know? How about you?
Giacomo, I wasn't listening because I wasn't at the desk. Why don't you tell me again? Because I literally got up and walked away. I gotta show you something.
I'm okay with them. They were fun when I've gone to a few of them. I would probably go to another one if people wanted to go, but I'm not actively seeking to go out on my own.
Okay, that's fair. I enjoy a Ren fair, good food, good people, people just like to flirt with people for no apparent reason, right? Quite fun, me, the wife, and the kiddo went. And then this year, my wife bought me a sword. Back in 2010, I bought a battle axe, which you've seen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never bought another weapon. And I've always gone to this one booth every year. And this year, my wife bought me a sword.
Let's see.
Fantastic. Let's show you. Show you. So this is my sword.
Whoa.
It was piece bound earlier. Yeah, it's quite nice.
Oh,
right?
That's nice.
Not stab myself, kill myself on camera.
How
we
sharp
have
is it?
a Damascus blade here.
Oh.
Yeah, that comes out real nice on camera. I'm not going to lie. Ow.
Sorry,
Just cut
audio
myself.
listeners. You don't
Yeah,
get to see
it
this.
is a Damascus blade. It has a black sheath, a black handle, and has Celtic runes and engravings, and it says Northman on the blade.
Very cool.
It is a long sword, wielded typically by Norsemen, right? And if anyone knows me, I have always wanted to be a smith. And
Yes.
I was injured in the line of duty. I was injured doing during security, and the doctor said I would never be able to forge anything, and it was soul crushing. Personally, I don't know if I believe them still. I still will try. I have a 400-pound anvil. I don't have I don't have a forge as of yet. I do have all the hammers and all that kind of stuff, but I was never able to do that, right? So I went and started doing kill team. Forging is something that I've taken a lot of passion, and I learn all about it. Sword making, knife making, all that kind of stuff. Damascus, true nerd over here. I injured my hand, my right hand, which is my dominant hand. When I took somebody punched me in the face. So I took him down to the ground to hold him there for the police, a citizen's arrest. And I cracked this fell first, then the guy, then me, and then a brand new security guard on top of him.
Oh.
And I arrested a lot of people that year. And it was in North Hollywood. It's quite a violent area. Right. People like to get drunk too much. And, sometimes, unfortunately, right. Sometimes, unfortunately, people that imbibe in too much alcohol decide to act against their goodwill and nature. And as a good security guard, you're supposed to take that into account. But when someone punches you in the face, you gotta do something. So took him down, and I cracked my metacarpals in my hand. Which leaked bone marrow into my hand. And then I took multiple MRIs to figure it out. And once I got it healed, it gave me bad carpal tunnel and, went through quite a long and extensive recovery. And, I still deal with pain to this day because I opted not to get surgery. So it is what it is. But now we're going to move on. That is one reason part of this episode we're going to be doing. It's called the Forged Brush. I love forging. I love everything there is about it, right? And God dang, that was a good segue. That was good.
I was waiting for you to do it.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. So we're going to be talking about the Forged Brush today, which is our Golden Demon type painting competition that is going to be going on for the 4th year. We're also going to talk about a little bit of drama that happened last week, 2 weeks ago, whichever week
last week.
Not this past weekend, but the weekend before. This will be relevant for future episodes. Essentially, people in Spain, specifically 2 competitions, decided to play Goremongers before their official release from Games Workshop. We're going to talk a little bit about that, our feelings on it, and I did some actual reporting. I contacted those players, those TOs, and those individuals, and I'm going to give out my questions, their answers, and mine and Giacomo's thoughts, and then have you have your thoughts down below. This has never happened before, right? We've run a lot of tournaments. If you're new if you're new to the channel, me and Giacomo run the Las Vegas Open. We also run a lot of tournaments here on the West Coast. We also are very big into hobby, and we make hobby-based content and kill team-based content.
Yes.
Yeah. So, So, G, if I start making knives, are you going to come over and find out and figure out how?
I'll learn a thing or two, just kind of, being around you over time.
Just say yes, Giacomo.
I want to say yes, but I like making it convoluted.
Yeah,
I'll learn how to forge. That could be fun. Just going like bang,
character.
hammer and stuff.
Yeah, sure. All right. So today, there's 2 events. We'll go into Spain first. So Spain had 2 events, GT Helheim and Chill Team 5. Both of those events had Goremonger players and Sanctifier players. Reached out to the TOs and to a couple of the players. I got some responses and I got some ghosts, right? Which is, that's what happens when you do reporting. Sometimes not everyone wants to answer questions, right?
Yes, they left no comment.
Yes, no comment. So first, we can dive into, I don't want to pull them up on screen, but we can pull it to, I think, Chill Team. Oh, this is GT Helheim. So Chill Team, right? As their name inquires, it is a chill event. It's very chill, right? So the person running the event, Kenan, he was actually not running the event. They just share a organizer TO email for events. Him and 2 of his buddies. So one of his buddies was TOing this, and when he saw the Goremongers, he just knew he had to play them, right? He was very excited, and I believe he proxied models, right? So I asked him a few questions, like, were you and the players like, oh, well, this one's not as good, because it was very chill, right? They didn't really care, and they don't care if it scores ITC points or not, right? And I can confirm that none of them had advanced knowledge, and none of them were organizers or had content creators or playtesters, right? I spoke to each one, and everyone didn't say that. So there's some stuff going around, maybe some accusations saying that they were. It's absolutely not true. We have to, as content creators, remember that we are organizers of the press, and while you can give your opinions and your thoughts, we have to make sure that we are based in fact, right? So, yeah. So, G, for you, what do you think about, just without hearing about GT Helheim, which is a much more competitive event, what do you think of players playing teams before an official release? That means that we don't have any cards, there's no data, there's no kill team app, so players can't check, What do you think?
Right, no official release. For like big tournaments like this, especially if there's stuff on the line, I I feel like that should be waited until there is the official release, personally. Like, I could understand the casual, like, cool, you're not really winning anything anyways, whatever. It's like a casual event. But as soon as you start doing like an actual competitive event, it's not sanctioned yet. We don't know if there's going to be like any day one or week one changes that have to be addressed right away. We don't know what's going to happen. So I don't necessarily think they should do it. And like, how confident can we be that each player is going to know the team like inside and out that fast?
Mm-hmm.
And players aren't familiar with these models yet. Like, it's just like a whole thing.
Mm-hmm. I very much agree. I think that it's important that both players are at least versed on a team, and both of these teams are rather difficult to understand, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're difficult to play correctly every time, right? And I would, as a TO, I expect my players, even if they bring a brand new team, when you come to an event, you have to be tournament prepared, right? So you have to be good enough at that team to not make mistakes, because I expect the same out of you as somebody who's playing Commandos, who's been around forever, right? That's what a tournament is. We're supposed to all play to the best of our ability without making mistakes. Mm-hmm. Now, we're all flawed as individuals. We all make mistakes. That's acceptable. But you can't just fall back on ignorance every time, right? We do give grace when we're TOs, but yeah. All right. So I asked a few questions to the GT Helheim, mm-hmm. And I will read them here. So, why were the Sanctifiers and Goremongers allowed at the event? Right. So I think that's a rather simple question.
Yep.
It says it was an agreement between the organizers and the players. Some players requested to play the factions, and since we all had access to the necessary information, they let it happen. Right.
Right. And that'd be like YouTube videos and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. From like, we did a YouTube video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did the players use official models, proxies, or proxies were permitted? And then he said official models were impossible to obtain, so we allowed proxies with the condition that all operatives had to be easily identifiable. I do believe that one player did play with proxies. I believe they played with commandos. Everyone else kind of played with models that were similar to the best of their ability.
Right. Commandos feels pretty far stretched, and I imagine that was going to be for Goremongers because they're on 32s.
It was. Yes. How were misplays or unclear rules handled in a tournament environment, given the lack of cards, the book, digital rule set, and overall lack of experience against and playing as them? And he says that as he mentioned, as I mentioned in the first answer, all participants, players and organizers, had all the necessary information to referee correctly, so all the players neither misplayed nor were they unclear, which is hard to believe, but if he says it, maybe Spain's just built different. Regarding the second part of the question, the lack of the experience from new kill team is a situation for the community faces every time a new teams are released. Fortunately, we have a very friendly and healthy community, which ensures that these situations are never a problem or cause any issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's good. So they have a healthy community. They can work through problems if somebody's misplaying something, or if there's any kind of issues, they can work through it healthily. Right? Sometimes that doesn't happen. I'm sure that some people can think of people that they played before that, might try to abuse things, right? So it sounds like that didn't happen. Do you consider to allow all teams at your events, considering GW is classifying teams at some point this year, right? And they said, no, in this case, we have a long-term plans to organize tournaments exclusively for classified teams. Now, I find this the most interesting answer out of everything. Technically, a team that's not officially released yet is not officially allowed. And yet they are going to be classifying teams or classifying the events. Seems a little hypocritical in my opinion. If you guys in the comments disagree with me, that's fine. Put it down there, for the engagement gods. If you agree with me, let us know. right? G, what do you think?
From that point of standpoint, I wouldn't call it hypocritical. I would just be one of those. Why would you allow it at all? Like, you know, if you're gonna follow what their model is, they haven't even put that up there yet. So like, it's I guess I could be seen as hypocritical actually. The way when you think about it, yeah, like why would you allow that if you say you're gonna run it this way? That's just my opinion. You know, that's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't happen very often, and if it does, it happens just for 1 week, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's allowed to use the teams now. All the teams are out, right? So, also, we will. And then I said, "Are you going to continue allowing unreleased teams at other events?" They said, "We will evaluate each case as we have done before, analyzing all the relevant factors and trying to make the best possible decision. In the end, it is the community that makes the game."
Okay.
And that's all the questions I put forth. I put forth to both TOs. But as I said, one was a player playing Goremongers, right? So, and then I also asked a player in the community who I do have a friendship with, as they did play a Goremonger at this specific event. And they told me that there was no misplays, that the player was very clean. Gave me a little bit of background information about some other stuff. And, you know, I think it was also concerned that the teams were allowed early, right? But didn't have any problem with them playing because they all had the relevant information. So, you know, I think that it's a pretty, you know, nail and shut case, I would say, right? I don't suggest allowing teams to play early, you know, like an unreleased team. We don't, like Giacomo said, we don't know if these teams are going to get an FAQ day one, or they've never done that before, or
Plus,
any other sort of thing. Go ahead, G.
Like if you think about ITC, they're not even on ITC. There's no way to record it yet.
Oh, they were, though. They were.
They were? Already? That's so early. Because another thing is like you could mess up someone else's score that tournament who's like, I wasn't ready expecting you guys to bring this at all. Like, you know, that's like a week away and now my thing's ruined.
Yeah. I also find it highly unlikely that they were able to contact all of the players from that event, because I believe it was over 24 players, and get like, hey, we're thinking about allowing these two teams.
Right.
Is that cool? And then they got a yes response from everyone. I mean, it's very possible. Very possible that it happened. You know, I just find it, you know, I don't think that it's the correct thing to do, but that's my opinion as a TO, and other TOs are allowed to run events however they want.
Yep.
And I think that's okay. You know, I'm allowed to disagree with them and they're allowed to disagree with me. And also we, Americans have a different culture than, let's say, Australia, Spain, or the UK, Poland, right? All these people play a lot of Kill Team, and we all have a different set of core values based in our own communities. So while I might not think it's okay, obviously people there did, and that just could be a cultural difference too. So, hey, you know, I don't find it a big deal. I'm not here witch hunting people. I just wanted to ask some questions and, you know, become a smarter individual. And I hope that my questions and my interview process also helped you understand as well. So if you weren't even aware of the situation, well, now you are.
Yep. And it's resolved.
It is. It is. And no one had, you know, there was no nefarious deeds. No one was out there, you know, doing anything crazy. So, you know, I think that's a nail and shut case, and, you know, it is what it is. So next up, we have the Forged Brush. G, did you want to talk anything else before we move on to the Forged Brush?
Just in general about tournaments and stuff, things like that, to the nature.
We have one coming up.
We do have one coming up, so we may as well go over that real quick, and I'll mention it again later today or at the end of this episode. So if you're listening to this, it is currently, when we're recording this, it is the 7th, so it's the week of the 7th, which means the 12th, the day that is a Saturday, if you're in the OC area, Southern California, or if you're nearby, we have the Pacific Skirmish happening. Which is our little tournament. It's kind of the one we get to do that's a little further away from home at this wonderful place called Squad Marks. I've been there a few times now, and I like it every time. It's one of the few places that, funny enough, the bathroom itself has a shower, which I've never used, but it's just funny that it exists there.
It's in a big office building.
Huge office building. A bunch of stuff nearby. It's a real fun place to go to because you just don't expect it to be there. It's a cool little club. I that's something I'd like to mention real quick. Is I like the idea of clubs. This is going to be a controversial. I think it's controversial. I'm okay with paying $5 to go to a store. I'm okay with paying money to go to a club. Maybe it's not so controversial for like Europeans because I think that's what they do is they do more clubs, very club based. Where here in the US, we're very much like we just go and play with a table. But if you're not going to buy anything and like that store has to keep the lights on. And if they're not selling magic, like one thing, like magic's like a battery, like it'll keep them safe, whatever. But if you're not selling magic by that leap loads, like, it's not every day everyone's buying like a $70 Kill Team box, or something that's on the shelf. Maybe you get a 15% off or something, but still, it's not every day you're buying one. So, that's just people going in. So I'm okay with people paying for stuff like that. And I love the idea of clubs. I never have an issue with it. If we had a local club, I would go to a club. Would you?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. They give you snacks. They're open 24 hours a day because you get your little fob, so you can go whenever you want. And then they do have a shop too. It's self-served. And it seems since it's very community driven, people aren't really stealing, right? Like there's also cameras. So, they'd be like, our inventory is missing. What's going on? But no, everyone seems to be pretty cool. You just buy it all digitally yourself. The club owner is only going there just to restock in the day and just to clean to make sure it's looking nice. And then he bounces.
Dude, you can get a little robo vacuum going on, a couple little robo vacuums,
Yeah.
Clean for you,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Pacific Skirmish is going to be a lot of fun. I did get a couple community members reaching out to me, asking me to run another event, right? So right now we're looking at a spot in May, possibly May 17th, a Saturday, as adding another event to the calendar. If the community is coming to me telling me that they want more events, who am I to tell them no?
Yep.
Right. So we are currently looking at that and also starting our league, So there should be plenty of kill team for the SoCalians around. And it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But now we're going to move on to the Forge Brush. And G has not seen this. I have called G a couple times. He's been ignoring me.
Yes.
I'm a jilted lover over here, I've been working on the Forged Brush packet. And this is basically the very first draft. And if Giacomo likes it, it's going to go live. If he hates it, we're going to discuss about it right here, right now. And, we're going to talk about it. And this is kind of like an inside look at almost like a Squad Games meeting, and Giacomo didn't even know it was going to happen.
Yep, so, I didn't know at all. I just literally found out right now. So here we go. Let's do it.
Yeah. So as long as this is good, the packet will be in the description below. So, and hopefully it should be on the website as well when this goes live, along with the event that you can. It's an event you can buy, right? So you can go. It's all about painting. So. The Forge Brush 2025. Yeah, it's pretty spicy. I did a couple little art things. Podcast listeners, it is a white logo on a piece of paper. There you go. So, the Forge Brush Painting Competition 2025. The Forge Brush is more than just a painting competition. It's where the community comes to show what the hobby is capable of. Whether you're just picking up a brush or have years of experience, this is your chance to put your work on display and earn recognition from fellow painters to compete for trophies, finalist pins, and the legendary Forged Anvil. Yes, it's an anvil. It's 9 pounds. It will break a shelf if your shelf is wussy. Okay, it is a real thing. Every entry matters. Every detail counts, and whether you walk away with a medal or a memory, the Forged Brush is a place to be seen, be inspired, and be a part of something built by painters for painters.
That was very nice.
Thank you. So this is, I took a lot of inspiration from Golden Demon, right? To me, it's one of the most standout things out there. They give away a Slayer sword, right? I give away an anvil. Pretty cool. If my hand doesn't freak out this year, I'm going to try to hand forge some metal brushes to put out, metal paint brushes, right? Some big old cartoony ones. Mm-hmm. No promises. That's always been the goal. We'll have to see if it happens. Let's just show what the trophies look like beforehand, right?
Yes.
To everyone, I will give a rundown, a breakdown here. So this is the video. There's Halo music in the background, so I can't run it for monetary reasons. There are plaques. We have a bunch of different things. And then we have the anvil. I have a big hand. It's very large.
And that anvil does weigh a lot when you pick it up.
Yeah, it's like 9 pounds. It's literally a 10 pound. You feel
it's 9 pounds.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, this is some heft.
This is an award.
People, whenever they win that award, they love to magnetize their models to it in like weird positions and then take pictures. It literally happens
every time.
Every time. Emmanuel won best overall year 1, and then best overall year 2, I believe was who won year 2?
I don't remember year 2. I was sick year 2.
I think it was it Emmanuel again? It could have been. I think it was. I think Emmanuel won 2 years back to back. And then Kristen won the next year. Now we have changed a couple of metrics on how we're going to score this and how awards will be given out. And we also added a category. So essentially, people that enter the event that become finalists can expect a finalist pin. Those are really cool little pins. If I had a picture of it, I'd put it up, but I don't want to go searching for it. It is of Rob himself, the Hobby Highlander. It's a finalist pin. We also have gold, silver, and bronze awards going out this year. And we have a couple categories. The 3 categories that are not eligible if you win to get the forged at the anvil is Young Bloods. It's painters under 15 years old, open sci-fi and fantasy. I guess I should say when this is happening. This is happening during the All Valley Team Tournament.
Yes.
So that is June 20th and 21st, or 21st and 22nd. It's the Saturday, Sunday. It's that weekend.
Yes.
I think it's 20th and 21st.
That sounds right.
Yeah, yes. I think.
I don't have a calendar in front of me. I could pull one up. I just don't want to.
That's fair. I can do it right here. So we're not.
There you go. Because we're going to get you the times for sure.
It is the 21st and 22nd.
21st and 22nd of June. There 21st
and 22nd. I'm glad I checked because this packet is wrong. So I will fix that.
It's okay. It hasn't been posted yet, so you got time.
Yes. So we have the open sci-fi and open fantasy. Like I said, this is a kill team painting competition, right? We want to see kill team models. We want to see kill team stuff. And then there's 2 open categories, sci-fi and fantasy. So if you want to bring a knight, you want to bring a bust, you want to bring a dragon, you want to bring something else, that's the category for you.
There you go. In the open. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Easier. Because last year we had quite a lot of entries, which were great, but it was a lot scattered. So now we're kind of like, it looks like we're trying to just make them a little easier for us to grade. When it's all
this miniature picture, here won our fantasy painting open fantasy.
Yeah, I remember.
So very very
that was
good.
TJ Miller.
Yeah, TJ. Yeah, TJ won. Now the thing is like this picture is a little overexposed because I suck at taking pictures, right? But we have a professional photographer coming this year, so we should have real pictures coming up. It's going to be amazing. So, G, what do we look for, as judges,
So the first thing I try to look is like, all right, did you get your basics down? Like, are things fully colored? Is your color theory, does it make sense when you're looking at this? Does it feel too busy, or is there a point of interest? Then I start checking for major techniques, like, are you doing blending? Are you using shadows, things like that? Are you adding textures? Things like this. And then when you look at the model, does it have like it feels really lived in itself, just like the one thing on its own, you know? And then if you have it from a team, is like, does the whole team have that feel, or is there just one really cool model and the rest of your schmoes are just like servitors or something boring, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, and then how exciting can you be with it? Because, you know, like anyone can paint 5 or 6 intercessors, but like, can you add a theme to it? Like, what do you want to add to it to make them a little more spicy, something exciting to look at, you know? So
last year, this event was sponsored specifically by Two Thin Coats, AK Interactive, and Game Envy. This year, and Artis Opus. We're trying to get more sponsors this year, not only for the All Valley, but also for this. And, you know, hopefully we'll have our own paintbrush line out, hopefully by then as well. You know, that is something that's a little hint for maybe a future episode for us to talk about.
Yes.
But I wrote that we're looking for technical execution. We're looking for composition. We're looking for color theory. We're looking for narrative and atmosphere. We're looking for consistency across every model or the model itself, and creativity. Now, it doesn't matter what style you paint in. If you're painting in Blanshitsu, or you're painting in a studio really clean type of art, or you're going like for gritty realism, you're going for textured, you're going for cartoon, you're going for, there's tons of different painting methods, right? You know, I think that we really don't care as long as it's executed correctly.
That's
right?
all I care about. Yes.
Absolutely. Right. I want to see something I can't do, you know, that is, or it's going to take me a million hours to do, you know?
Right.
So
the discipline it takes to do like a proper blend on a sword, you know?
Or proper blend on non-metallic metal, because I can't tell you how many times non-metallic metal just comes out chunky, you know, or is not like, I want to see those buttery smooth blends if that's what you're going for. If you're going for those really chunky things, then I want to make sure that, you know, it looks that way consistently throughout the whole model, because that means it was like done on purpose.
That's how you stylize it, you know?
Absolutely. So, you know, we look for that. We look under capes, you know, if a foot's exposed, I'm going to look under the foot.
Did you take the time to do the little extra under it when you thought no one was going to look at it? We'll look at it.
Exactly. So, you know, we look for a lot of different things. At LVO, we had Byron from Artis Opus. He helped us judge, right? If I can get another celebrity out here, I'm gonna pull them too. So it's not just me and Giacomo and Saya, right? So we look forward to bringing this spectacular event once again. So next up, we have, how do you enter? Firstly, you got to purchase a ticket, right? Yep. Pretty simple. And then you got to fill out an online entry form, which I'm probably going to make Google Forms, right? Indicating what the model is, the process,
category, yeah,
the process used for it, what category they're going to be put in, so on and so forth. As you can see, these are supposed to be June 21st. Oh my gosh, look at that. He's fixing it right now.
On the spot.
So this packet is going to tell you when you should be picking up your models, when we're going to be dropping off.
You're going to want to change that back to... Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, 13. Because it's the same day, just different times. Okay, I was getting confused for a second.
Yeah. So, so we're doing this. It should be good. And as you can see, this is a picture from disregardingdice.com when he took a picture of my display before it had been finished. This was at Salt Lake City Open. So some guidelines to look forward to. If you guys are going to be running your own painting event, perhaps you want to steal some of this, right? Our guidelines are all models submitted to the forged brush categories must be Kill Team legal and mounted on appropriately sized bases. Again, this is a Kill Team painting competition, right? I don't want to see a Vindicare assassin. You know what I mean? That's cool. Put it in open sci-fi, you know?
Yep.
I want to see real Kill Team models for Kill Team players, and I want to be able to tell that it's a Kill Team model, right? If you want to grab some of the Savage Worlds models or some Malifaux, as long as they're recognizable as a Kill Team model, then we're good, right? So conversions and scratch built models are allowed as long as they're in scale and thematic to Kill Team. Entries must adhere to WYSIWYG. For weapons, no proxy loadouts or illegal equipment, right? That means, unfortunately, that we can't see captain with a power claw, right? I want to see an actual captain with a power fist. All models must be securely attached to their base, their plinth, or display using adhesive magnets or another stable method. Loose models or display elements will not be accepted. The last thing I want to do is break something.
Yep.
Right.
Make sure it's secure.
Yeah, make sure it's all good. 3D printed and third-party components and models are allowed as long as the model remains a recognizable legal model in Kill Team. Now, this does change for our converted models category. I don't want to see 3D printed bits that you have not designed yourself, right? In a converted category. In a converted category, that's your skill to make a model not look like a model, right? Like not like an actual the base cost. If you can 3D print something and you can 3D design something, then I want to see that on the model, right? I don't want somebody going out and just buying a Steam forged file, 3D printing it, and then calling it good for that specific category, right? So all entries must be hand painted. Transfers are okay, and no artificial intelligence, right? Or printed material. So I don't want to see a background that's been just printed,
Right.
We want to see hand painted details, right? If you want to put a background on, right, paint it. Let us see your skill. Entries. So they must be submitted by a person at the event who painted the models, right? You have to be there. The person also who painted it has to be there, right? No proxy submissions. No hey, this guy in Atlanta painted these models for me. I want to submit it.
Right.
You better fly him out.
Yep. Get him over here to win it.
A person may enter the same category multiple times. Each entry must be a different model or a different display, and no single entry can be used across multiple categories. So if you want to bring a full Space Marine kill team and bring it out, cool. I don't want to see your Space Marine captain also put into the single model category.
Right.
If you want a different model to be in the single model category, make sure he's separate, right? So you could do your kill team without the captain and have your lieutenant or whatever, right? Have him over there instead. Also, then we have converted models for the converted model category. Again, I want it to be made by you, right? By the person submitting it. And any sculpting must be done also by that person, right? And no use of 3D scanners or scanning is not permitted. If you're going to have to do something, I want to, like I just said, it's really simple. You're going to do it. Diorama and dual special rules. Dioramas must not exceed 12 by 12 or 11 by 15. We only have so much space, right?
Yes.
As cool as it would be to put a duel on a 6 foot by 4 foot table, that'd be too much. Pretty simple.
Keep it small.
So our categories, we added 2 categories. I lied. I did say 2. We have kill team single miniature, kill team, which is a full kill team, a diorama, a duel, converted, youngblood, open sci-fi, and open fantasy.
Easy.
Single miniature, pretty simple. I want to see a model from kill team, 1 model. Put them up front. Kill team is an entire team. Now you can go between 5 models and 20 models. You could put a full roster on there, or you can just put a singular legal kill team out for us to judge, and that's completely fine. Okay. Diorama. A good rule of thumb for diorama, I believe they say this in the Golden Demon packet. If this is like my diorama, right? If the overall thing is to look at the base and look at the diorama and not the models, it probably belongs in the diorama category, right?
Correct.
So if you just have a kill team that has a really cool, just standard Martian base or whatever, that's fine. You can put them all in there, slot them all in. That's cool. But once it becomes the part of like, hey, I really think that, this is like, the base is really freaking cool. Yeah, well, that probably starts to belong into the diorama category. And then we can also, if we think that a kill team deserves to be in a diorama category instead of the actual just kill team category, we as organizers can choose to put it into a different category. Duel is you take two actual kill team models, dynamically pose them, and have them fighting each other. Right? I want to see it. I want to see it happen. I want to see, a legionary chosen versus a space marine captain. I want to see him. I want to see what people do. And then we have converted. That's like Melty's purple orcs. He cut all of the purple orcs out. He cut all the orc bits out and just left the armor. Right? Pretty cool. Pretty fantastic. We want to see some converted, some kit bash teams. It should be great. Youngbloods, sci-fi, and open fantasy have all pretty much been relatively simple, right? And then we have FAQs, which I think is supposed. There we go. We have a bunch of FAQ stuff. You can read it at your leisure, and I don't want to have to sit here and read all the little questions that I thought people might be asking or people have asked in the past.
Right. So please take a look there first before asking questions.
Mm-hmm. So, G, what do you think?
I like it. It's pretty easy to understand, and if you don't necessarily want to compete, like let's say you just want to go to AVTT to have a good time to play your models, but maybe you can compete at painting. This is a good way to do that. Or maybe you don't got time to play, but you got time to come to the award ceremony and drop off your models and come pick them up for everything. That's another thing. If you're just a commissioned painter or that's what you want to do, it's a good way to get it out there, It'll be photographed nicely and people get to see it on the internet. And, it's always good for that. I dig it.
Yeah. So we also have Disregarding Dice coming, right? So he is the professional photographer that is, coming to the event. Let's see if we can get this a little bit better focus. So he is coming and he took this picture of Aiden's diorama at LVO, right? His display board. Beautiful Hearthgate salvagers, right? He took all these photos. So if you want your team professionally photographed, I can't promise you that it will be, but I'm hoping every single Forge Brush entry does get into it. At the All Valley Team Tournament, we also have the All Valley Team Tournaments painting competition, which is a team-based event, right? And we judge that one strictly based off of every single person that's coming. So if you have one guy who barely painted his models, you're probably not going to win anything, right?
Correct.
It's a full team-based event. So that one's like, did you all make display boards that kind of match? Or at least do they all look dope, right? Do your teams look good? So on and so forth. I always pause on this picture, G.
I know.
This is our Black Templar, our Black Templar models that me and Giacomo painted. We spent many a night painting this beautiful team.
It got finished at LVO.
Yeah, it sure did. It sure did.
The night right before it was going.
Yeah. So, I'm pretty excited for the All Valley. We had to move it up a bunch this year. We're gonna talk about it a lot on the podcast. I think it's relatively important that we continue to talk about it. And it is the largest third-party team event in the world. I think WTC beat us last year, but I am going to guarantee we're going to beat WTC this year. I'm sure of it. My confidence is through the roof. Through the roof.
Yeah. Come to California.
Yeah. We're going to have a lot of fun things. We're going to have a great painting competition, 2 actually at LVO. I mean at AVTT, and then we're going to have a great team event. So, and then we're going to be recording it.
Yeah, and it'll be going live on the internet. And you guys can check it out and see the wacky teams that go, and you get to try 3 different boards with your friends, which is always cool. You really have a good time playing the game. It's a new way to strategize.
Yeah, it's interesting. Somebody on Discord hit me up and was saying that they're going to be taking the All Valley Team Tournaments, the exact format, and they're going to run a 54-person event. No idea where they're based out of. Yeah. Awesome.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love to be pushing the way forward on that, you know?
Yeah. More people use the system.
They should. They should. It's a very fun thing. Everyone has a good time. So, I don't got much else to say, G. What do you think of the Forged Brush? I know that you gave you a quick thoughts about it. Is there anything that you dislike?
About the Forged Brush itself?
From what I wrote, I think it's going to be good.
I think you knocked it out of the park. I don't think there's anything you really need to do except maybe like make sure the dates are right. And I think you're golden, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
It was great. I love the Forged Brush competition since it started. I like painting competitions in general, so I'm really happy to see people come out and compete with their skills in painting.
Mm-hmm. Same here. Well, I don't got much else, G. What about you? You got anything?
A couple shout outs. So we already mentioned it, but we do have an upcoming tournament that's going to be Saturday, the 12th. So it's like right around the corner. If you're in the Orange County area or in Southern California, or if you want to come down from surrounding areas, I think we've had people come from Vegas before. So, you want to come down to Squad Marks. Again, that is Squad Marks in Orange County, California. We'll be there. You can check out the link in the description to sign up for it, going through either BCP or through our website. We recommend the website because it's faster. And if you already purchased your ticket, please register if you haven't already. And if you've registered, please buy your ticket because we give priority to ticket purchasers before people who've just registered only. And we want to make sure anyone who wants to go is actually able to go. On top of that, you can join the rest of the conversation. Tell us what you think about the Forge Brush. Tell us what you think about the Goremongers and the Sanctifiers being played at tournaments. Let us know in the comments or on our Discord channel. That's the Squad Games Discord channel. Discord server. And you can find us on our socials. That's squad_games_entertainment, whether that's Instagram or YouTube. You'll check us out there. We got the Hobby Highlander. We got battle reports of the newest teams. That's all my stuff.
Okay. Well, I have a couple, I think I can do this. Can I move this over to here? Can I open it? So I have a pretty easy shout out, right? Hopefully my shop opens soon, right? I'm hoping to start it up. I have a lot of product that I've been making, right? One of the things that I wanted to do a cool little shout out for is in the near future, in the very, very near future, we're also going to be selling Into the Dark game mats. So those are going to be awesome. We're going to restock on mats in general, right? We pretty much sold out. So grabbing those, and then the new token sets and the new whole little micro tray and micro box should be going live here any day now,
Yes.
So looking forward to it. Also tonight, Giacomo, I do believe we are going to be doing a battle report.
Yes.
So what are you thinking, G? Do you want me to play? Do you want to play? What are you thinking? Can we give, we're going to be playing on Twitch. What do you think?
Let's see.
I think we're going to have Alex come.
We definitely should have Alex come. Now the question is, should we let Twitch decide what we play? Or not Twitch, our Discord. Our Discord.
Oh God. Yeah. Or our patrons.
We can put all the teams that we have. There you go. Shout out to the patrons. You can be one as well, joining our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
We can let them decide. I'll bring all sorts of teams. I got all sorts of things from D tier to I don't think I own an S tier. I think I might own A is like the highest I go.
Dude, we own Goremongers. We own Sanctifiers. What are you talking about?
We have S tier available. We have S tier available. I'm just thinking of my personal collection, but yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So, and then Alex also has tons and tons of teams, right?
Yes. Good old Alex.
Yeah. So let's put it to Patreon tonight. See or the night that we're recording this, which is literally the day before we're supposed to go. And see what we're gonna, bring to the table.
Yeah, and maybe we'll let them decide the we'll let them decide the format too. Why not, right? Have the whole thing for them. Speaking of formats and terrain and stuff, if you have a 3D printer and you're looking to get your own set of Volcus, we do have that available as well. That is on our Cults 3D. I'll have a link for that in the description. It is the Volcus set, and Dakotah has painstakingly put the pieces that you're going to want to use in order to build the different styles that we do at the tournaments.
Dude, why didn't we talk about this earlier?
So we're talking about it now. We're letting people know that you can get your own terrain sets now. It's live. Yeah. It's available.
So I'll show you over here.
Yeah.
Let me move this a little bit.
This is I love the
So
name.
this is Sector Popov. And the reason why I named it Sector Popov, right, is Alexander Popov. Shout out to Alexander Popov.
Heck yeah.
What is it? God, that made me feel so old. It hurt my back. Oh my God. Okay, so this is Sector Popov. This is our Volcus style terrain. We have all of our scatter terrain. We have, Sector Popov going on. And we also have how you can build another layout for this terrain, right? Which is our open terrain. So I think it's called Popov Light, right? So look at that. These little ads getting cool extra adverts. So yeah, I mean, looking forward to it. Should be cool. I think we have a couple little
renders here.
Little renders.
Yeah. I think you should be able to go 3D with them as well if you move them. I don't know how well.
Yeah. Well, our podcast listeners are hella annoyed right now. They're like, really? Another video section?
You've been on Cults 3D, people. You've seen it.
Yeah.
And you can get it. And the link is going to be in the description, the show notes, and on the YouTube. So you can check all that stuff out.
Go and give us a like, help support us. Unfortunately, I had to increase the price to, I think it's $25 for this STL. Cults 3D does take quite a bit. Then PayPal also takes quite a bit. So
but hey, it's yours once you have it. You never have to get it again. You just printed it to your heart's desire.
The thing that we just ask is that you can print them for your events. You can print them for that kind of stuff, but it's not a commercial license. So don't turn around and modify it. Don't turn around and sell it. Pretty simple stuff.
Easy.
Yeah. So help support. If you don't want to help, if you can't help support us on Patreon, perhaps choose to, get some terrain, maybe for a homie.
Yeah.
Yeah. A brother from another mother.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So, and then also Alex was able to take these cool renders as well. So I have been in the 3D design space myself. I'm quite proud of the things I have made. They are all flat, but I have made things and I feel good about it.
That's all that matters.
It is. It is.
Hey, the microbox is cool.
The microbox is cool. Mostly made that. Well, Alex mostly, I gave him like a bunch of stuff and then he just like fixed it entirely. Mostly I make like kind of bad things and then he like makes them a lot better. So
that's why you guys, it's a team. It's team effort. And
but Popov was all Alex. It was all Alex.
Yes. And you can check out the microbox at the AVTT as well if you decide to get one of the different kind of packages. One of them does come with the option to get the micro tray.
Mm-hmm. It comes with, I think we have like three ticket settings. We have like your standard ticket, and then you have your elite ticket, which gives you like $100 gift certificate. And then we have like the elite or the VIP package, which gives you a full micro tray, micro box, and a special color, So if you want a one of a kind type of, stuff, that's the thing you got to go with.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty exciting, got to push that stuff where we can. Sorry, YouTube. Sorry, podcast,
They understand. It's the shilling of everyone shills. I've listened to many podcasts.
Yeah, dude, it's like Squidmar being like, "Hey, buy this really badass airbrush." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty fucking cool, dude." Have you seen his airbrush?
I don't think his. I've seen his airbrush videos.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Squid
word
Mar Airbrush. This is like a free shout out for this guy, you know? It's pretty cool. Okay. Well, it is playing a video.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Decline your cookies. Thank you very much. It's a Steinbeck, you know, and it has like a bunch of like squids on it and stuff. It's gold and black. It's pretty nice. I don't have that one. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Everyone has to. Whoa, that's the wrong one.
Lol.
So, but yeah, you know, I think that having a good time over here at Squad Games. Sorry we missed last week, you know, but life be life. I had to cook on some nights, and you know, taking care of the wife. You know, how about you, G? What did you do on our week off?
What did I really do? I didn't really do a whole lot. You know, I just kind of.
I think you waited for me. You're like, "Hey, Dakotah, I'm ready."
Oh, there was the one day.
Podcast.
There was days like, "Are we going to do that?"
And I was cooking and washing dishes, and then you came over.
Yes,
you're like, "Yo, dude."
That's something we did. We did the newbie night. We got 4 new players in the SCV area. You know, in the Valley area. We gave away some teams. We gave away some equipment. We gave away some cards. You know, just so you could start off the game. You know, it's one less hurdle you got to do, you know, if you're interested in it. And those are always fun. You get to meet new community members that didn't know you existed, you know. We recommend everybody do a newbie night if you're in an area, like if you got a game store, try to work with them, see what you can do for new players, you know, because that's the only way this is going to grow, right? You get young players who are just learning tabletop and people who are interested but don't know the community exists. You got to let them know, right? That's how you're going to build your kill team scene.
Yeah. Yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to another good battle report. If it so happens that Patreon chooses me to play, I look forward to probably losing again. I guess we'll have to see.
You can get a win.
I swear if they choose Deathcore,
I feel the W coming.
I have put them down. I have put them down for good. Don't make me. Make Giacomo. All right. Watch, they're like, Dakotah has to play Angels of Death and Giacomo has to play Deathcore. You know?
I wouldn't even know where to start. We got to give him a time limit so I can read it.
Maybe they'll choose like Alex to play Deathcore, and
thank goodness.
And then he'll just like, we'll bring a team and he'll just like cook us, and we'll be like, wow, I guess Dakotah just sucks at life. You know, it'll be amazing. It'll be absolutely good.
I mean, hey man, if for those who haven't watched the video, there's quite an exciting moment where it was Angels of Death versus Felgar. It was quite exciting.
Yeah,
it was quite exciting. Like at the very end.
Yeah, I have to put that up on YouTube. You know, it's going to be good. We're going to put a couple videos up, and looking forward to it.
You'll catch those guys soon.
Yeah. Until next time, YouTube and podcast and patrons and anyone who actually just listens to us ramble and talk about stuff and roll dice. And do we even have dice? What was our old thing that we used to say, Giacomo?
Where we
this is the podcast where we like to talk and roll dice.
Hear
or something.
Ourselves talk and roll dice.
Hear ourselves talk.
Wow, that's what so we're doing. That was year one,
dude. That is what we are doing literally right now.
Yeah, I do have dice.
Are you excited for the Sanctifier meta, G?
No. I'm excited for the Goremonger meta, but I feel like Sanctifiers are the stronger team.
You know, I don't know. I think they are, but there's a lot of people telling me that they think Goremongers are better, you know?
I mean, just telling you the ability to heal right when you're doing it is pretty nuts.
Their heal is
kind of bonkers. Like it shouldn't be that good. Like in combat, you can still, it's real nuts.
But I feel Sanctifiers are just toxic at the moment. You know,
we need to go back to the rock, paper, scissors meta.
We're already in it. And they are rock, paper, and scissors.
Right. That's what I'm worried about. Is there going to be too much that I like when it's rock, paper, scissors more? Mm-hmm. You know, then you have types of teams that beat each other as opposed to one absolute dominant one.
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to see.
That's the dream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, G. All right. Love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Love you too.
Bye.
The Squad Games podcast is a production of Squad Games Entertainment. For more information on Squad Games, please visit our website at squadgames.net or check out our YouTube channel at Squad Games Entertainment.